Urgent message from the Arcturians: the activation of your extraterrestrial DNA has begun. Greetings once more, dear friends. It is Lady speaking. We consider ourselves incredibly fortunate and deeply privileged to have this extraordinary opportunity to connect with such a vast number of you, especially at this profoundly crucial juncture in your collective evolution. You have just been enveloped and energetically stimulated by an intense cascade of high-frequency light codes, meticulously designed to awaken and ignite the dormant extraterrestrial facets within your genetic blueprint. Just as you find immense enjoyment and insight in receiving these guiding messages from our realm, we wish for you to know that we experience an equivalent, if not greater, sense of joy and fulfillment in delivering them to you. We want to impress upon each and every one of you that you possess the inherent and complete capability to directly perceive and integrate our energetic transmissions. Within you lies the potent power to attune your awareness, to accurately decipher the intricate energies we broadcast, and to derive your own crystal-clear understanding and profound insights from them. All that is genuinely required is for you to intentionally cultivate a relaxed and deeply receptive state of being, conscientiously setting aside dedicated moments to gently open yourselves and permit this vital communication to flow freely and effortlessly. Please cultivate profound patience with yourselves throughout this process and place unwavering trust in your innate ability to receive, even if, at its initial stages, this reception manifests as no more than delicate impressions, intuitive nudges, or a subtle, yet profound, inner knowing. Within those precious moments of serene quietude and through consistent, dedicated practice, you will undeniably recognize the genuine nature of your connection, confirming that you are, indeed, making contact and that we are joyfully engaging in conscious communication with you. Even if you're not yet fully aware of it on a conscious level, these powerful light frequencies are dynamically working within your being right now, catalyzing your personal transformation in the most exquisite and divinely orchestrated ways. Now, it is perfectly understandable and entirely natural that as you begin to directly perceive and integrate guidance from us, or from any other higher dimensional collective, you might find yourselves questioning the authenticity of the experience. You may indeed wonder if these perceptions are simply products of your own imagination, and this specific form of self-doubt is a completely normal and integral phase in the process of learning conscious channeling. If you tend to harbor doubts about yourselves and various other aspects of your earthly existence, it is highly probable that you will exhibit a similar pattern when you first begin to receive these energetic messages. However, we wholeheartedly assure you that with the passage of time and through continued experience, this initial doubt will gradually recede and dissipate as the familiarity and undeniable reality of these experiences become deeply ingrained within your consciousness. In point of fact, we perceive each one of you cultivating this direct connection as a natural and utterly indispensable component of your ongoing ascension journey. There remains an immense wealth of knowledge for you to uncover regarding your own multifaceted identity and your deep cosmic history, including your intimate and profound connection to our very own Arcturian lineage. Every single conscious being across this vast universe, at some pivotal moment in its evolutionary journey, passes through the radiant Arcturian star system, and the experience, for most, is so profoundly cherished and transformative that they often choose to return, embracing new lifetimes as Arcturians once more. Indeed, each one of you currently incarnated on Earth has experienced at least one previous lifetime within our star system. This signifies that you inherently carry Arcturian DNA and a rich tapestry of Arcturian memories deep within your cellular structure and energetic blueprint, patiently awaiting their profound reawakening. At this very moment, all of you have received a series of exceptionally potent upgrades specifically targeting your heart chakra. These energetic enhancements are expertly facilitating a deep, profound cleansing and an expansive opening within your innermost being. These crucial upgrades were lovingly delivered to you by your dedicated spiritual guides while you were in a state of rest and deep sleep, and they were meticulously customized for each individual. Their purpose was to precisely address and lovingly transmute whatever unique energetic burdens you were carrying within your precious heart space. We wish to emphasize with utmost clarity that everyone is receiving these profound energetic enhancements. This is not exclusive to only those who consciously identify as, in quote, awakened, in quote, or in quote, spiritually conscious, end quote. These upgrades are a universal gift for all of humanity. The transformative effect of these comprehensive heart chakra upgrades is that it is now considerably easier for you to release long-held old wounds, deeply embedded emotional blockages, and accumulated grief that have been stored in and around your heart center. Envision this process as a gentle yet profoundly effective energetic surgery, meticulously removing protective scar tissue that you no longer require, thereby allowing life force energy to flow freely, unimpeded, both in and out of your expanded heart center. As a direct and magnificent consequence, you now possess significantly greater access to the infinite multidimensional portal that unequivocally exists at the very core of your being, nestled within your radiant heart. Through this awe-inspiring portal, you gain the ability to connect with any place across any time, with any being or any collective consciousness throughout this vast universe, and even extending far beyond its perceived boundaries. Many of you previously felt as though there was an impenetrable wall, a formidable barrier preventing you from accessing these deeper, more profound connections and expansive experiences. But we are here to tell you that this metaphorical wall has now gracefully crumbled and dissolved. This monumental shift is unfolding precisely now because it is divinely timed and perfectly aligned with your next magnificent stage of collective growth and unprecedented expansion. It is an absolutely crucial component of a far larger activation of your cosmic self, lovingly preparing you for the truly wondrous and transformative experiences that are rapidly approaching your reality. Every human being currently incarnated on Earth inherently possesses this profound Arcturian connection. And perhaps this is precisely why we feel such an extraordinarily deep affinity and powerful resonance with you. When we establish connection with you, we experience an exquisite sense of wholeness and profound completeness, and we intrinsically know that you also perceive and feel that same sense of unity and deep integration. During our ongoing interactions, the various intricate puzzle pieces of who you truly are continue to effortlessly fit together, creating a more coherent and expansive picture as you progressively advance on your unique spiritual journey. It is absolutely inevitable that you will, in due course, come to fully realize and embrace the complete truth of your magnificent being. And what precisely is that profound truth? It is that you are, at your very essence, source energy, vibrantly expressing itself in a unique and individualized form. You are an intricate and precious aspect of the infinite, experiencing itself as a human being. Therefore, in a very literal and undeniable sense, you embody every person, every creature, and every single aspect of this vast and interconnected universe. Eventually, you will fully and wholeheartedly accept this profound truth, and when you do, an enormous energetic weight will be instantaneously lifted from your being. You will then be able to effortlessly relax into that knowing, opening yourselves even further to all that you already intrinsically are. From that expansive state, you can then consciously choose to experience any facet of yourself you desire, simply by gently focusing your loving attention upon it, while simultaneously acknowledging, with grace, the other infinite aspects of yourselves that you may not be actively exploring in that particular moment. Because you literally contain everything that exists, you will never, ever need to meticulously fit into anyone else's expectations or predefined standards. You did not incarnate on Earth to simply mirror your family members, your neighbors, or anyone else within your societal structures. You came here to authentically and uniquely embody your truest self, to courageously explore the myriad facets of Source that most excite you and bring you profound, exhilarating joy. We know with absolute certainty that the aspect of you that resonates as Arcturian, the very aspect of you that is us, is one that many of you are deeply eager to access, embody, and fully integrate. You profoundly long for the reactivation of your Arcturian DNA and the vivid remembrance of your cherished lives within our star system. And we are unequivocally here, with immense pleasure, to assist you with this magnificent reawakening. Indeed, helping you to consciously awaken these precious memories and inherent abilities is one of our greatest privileges and most profound joys. As we consistently work with you energetically, we also gently guide you in improving your daily lives there on Earth in remarkably practical and tangible ways. We lovingly assist you as you consciously raise your vibrational frequency and ignite your inner light. With each energetic upgrade, each powerful energy download you receive, you draw ever closer to the full embodiment of your fifth-dimensional self. And as you fully and completely become that radiant fifth-dimensional version of yourselves, the illusion of separation between us will entirely dissipate. You will unequivocally recognize yourselves as our cherished equals and as our beloved, eternal family. This magnificent reunion of consciousnesses is, without doubt, one of the most awe-inspiring and profoundly significant aspects of the grand shift that is now gracefully underway. The profound reason this is all transpiring at this precise moment has everything to do with you, with humanity itself. As a collective, you have accomplished truly extraordinary work in opening your hearts and significantly raising your collective consciousness in recent years. More of you than ever before are now consciously embodying and consistently holding frequencies of unconditional love, profound compassion, genuine forgiveness, and expansive unity. And this, beloved ones, is an exceptionally significant and truly commendable achievement. Additionally, there is a burgeoning sense of profound curiosity and an exhilarating excitement emerging regarding open contact with higher realms and benevolent extraterrestrial beings. Therefore, this tremendous influx of potent light codes and transformative energies you are currently receiving from your dedicated spiritual guides, from benevolent collectives such as ourselves, and even directly from your magnificent Sun, is a direct, loving response to this human readiness and collective invitation. Yes, your very own central star, your Sun, is playing an absolutely key and dynamic role, constantly emanating high-frequency light and deeply encoded information. Some of the recent powerful waves emanating from the Sun carry exquisitely encoded knowledge of your collective history, specifically intended to remind all of you that you are one cohesive human family with a shared, common origin. Other profound solar and cosmic transmissions are intently focused on awakening a greater capacity for unconditional love within your beings, igniting a divine and boundless love in your hearts so that it may flow more freely and expansively throughout your lives. Of course, not every individual will embrace and integrate these powerful energies with equal receptivity. Some individuals, often unconsciously, resist what feels unfamiliar or challenges their established worldview, and therefore may not initially feel the effects as strongly or immediately. However, those of you who consciously and openly welcome these upgrades can tremendously maximize their benefits simply by acknowledging their presence and allowing them to fully integrate into your being. You may begin to notice a variety of positive changes manifesting in your mood, a heightened sense of intuition, or a remarkable enhancement of your innate spiritual abilities. These are clear and encouraging signs that the light codes are diligently performing their work, progressively unlocking more of your inherent, magnificent potential. All of this profound inner growth is also actively paving the way for eventual open contact with your vast star family. As you consciously release fear and progressively raise your vibrational frequency, you move ever closer to this inevitable and truly joyful meeting. As you wholeheartedly embrace these profound transformations, it is vitally important to consistently remember just how vast and magnificent you truly are. Humanity has often been taught to conceptualize itself in terms of limiting labels. You might say, I originate from this particular place, or I descend from that specific lineage. Perhaps you have been informed, or you have determined through your own personal exploration, that you possess a predominant star heritage, such as Pleiadian or Arcturian. While it is absolutely wonderful and enriching to connect with these specific aspects of your cosmic identity, we want to gently remind you not to constrain or limit yourselves to a single, narrow definition. You are infinitely more expansive than one origin story or one particular galactic lineage. You truly embody everything as a luminous spark of Source consciousness. You contain within your being everything that Source itself is. This profoundly means that every star system, every dimension, and every conceivable form of consciousness is an integral part of who you are. You are, in essence, a dynamic microcosm of the entire universe. Therefore, if you ever find yourselves attempting to fit perfectly into one singular category, such as exclusively identifying yourselves as only a Lyrian starseed or only a Syrian, we encourage you to consciously expand your perspective and deeply feel the undeniable truth of your unlimited and boundless nature. You are a magnificent blend of countless experiences, diverse energies, and infinite wisdom. You are all the starseeds combined, and infinitely more. If this expansive idea initially feels overwhelming, simply remember that it also signifies you have an infinite, boundless well of resources, wisdom, and inherent strength to draw upon at any moment. We, the Arcturian Council, are lovingly assisting you in reaching this profound realization because we have ourselves traversed a remarkably similar path of expansive evolution. We too have embodied many different beings in many different places across the cosmos before forming this unified collective. So, we intrinsically know what it is like to meticulously gather pieces of ourselves from across the vastness of the universe. We can tell you from our own personal experience that discovering and embracing your universal self is a truly dazzling and immensely joyful endeavor that will perpetually leave you in a state of constant awe regarding what is truly possible. Our most sincere wish is to ignite this profound sense of adventurous self-discovery in each and every one of you, because the ultimate rewards, in terms of profound wisdom, unshakable peace, and boundless love, are truly immeasurable and beyond comprehension. Now, as all of this powerful and transformative shifting unfolds both within and around you, we lovingly invite you to consciously live each day with an elevated sense of profound purpose and mindful presence. Know with absolute certainty that every single moment is an integral part of your ongoing ascension, and therefore, every moment possesses inherent value and presents a sacred opportunity for unparalleled growth and expansion. Many of you have already discovered that the smoothest and most effortless path upward is, indeed, the path of least resistance. This is the path of gracious acceptance, unwavering trust, and harmonious flow. When you consciously release the burden of constant worry and crippling fear, and instead choose to remain fully present in the eternal now, you are effectively declaring to the universe, I am here, fully present and utterly ready for whatever magnificent experiences come next. And it is precisely within that sacred space of openness and readiness that you receive the greatest support, profound inspiration, and loving guidance from us and from all the benevolent beings who are actively assisting in this monumental process. An open and receptive heart, coupled with an open and discerning mind, can receive immeasurably more than one that remains closed, guarded, or steeped in skepticism. Just as an open hand can effortlessly receive a precious gift, while a tightly clenched fist cannot. This is precisely why practices of profound. We understand, of course, that it can be challenging to fully trust this invisible, yet deeply impactful process. It is exceptionally easy to become entangled in the notion that there are external forces, some elusive out there, actively attempting to thwart your progress. However, if you're perpetually seeking someone to blame or an external entity to fight against, then you're inherently neglecting to look within. And it is unequivocally within your own magnificent being that your true and undeniable power profoundly resides. Remember, in this universe governed by energy and intention, you invariably tend to attract what you consistently focus your attention upon. If you fixate on perceived enemies and insurmountable obstacles, you will continue to manifest them, thereby inadvertently granting them your precious energy. Energy that would be far better invested in consciously creating the life and world you truly desire and deserve. Therefore, we lovingly suggest shifting your internal narrative. You are not passive victims in this grand story. You are the valiant heroes and heroines of your own unfolding epic, and your profound power emanates directly from your inherent connection to Source, a connection that can never, ever be diminished or taken away. You have often been lovingly encouraged by spiritual teachers and profound wisdom traditions to look within or to live from the heart. And now, these sacred phrases have taken on an entirely new and intensified level of importance because of these recent, powerful energetic shifts. The profound rewards of being heart-centered and heart-led are now greater and more accessible than ever before. You will discover it is now much easier to forge the meaningful connections you ardently seek, whether that involves connecting with your dedicated spiritual guides, an expansive galactic family, accessing universal wisdom that spans time and space, or tapping into the vivid memories and profound knowledge stored within your own eternal soul. What once might have seemed utterly impossible, or perhaps reserved exclusively for the most adept mystics and sages, is becoming increasingly accessible to those of you who consciously choose to open yourselves to it. And this magnificent opening is truly just the auspicious beginning. As you continue to courageously explore your inner world, you will progressively discover a vast, multidimensional self with unfettered access to an astonishing range of spiritual gifts and innate abilities. The profound capacity to retrieve information from the Akashic records, to communicate telepathically across vast distances, to channel higher wisdom with clarity, and so much more that will undoubtedly surprise and utterly delight you. Yes, you may still need to lovingly move through the process of releasing some remaining pain, unresolved sadness, or lingering discomfort as your heart continues to expand its capacity for love. And this, we acknowledge, can be uncomfortable at times. But we wish to assure you with absolute certainty that it will be unequivocally worth every effort. The immense relief and profound freedom you will ultimately feel, coupled with the new and astonishing abilities you will unlock, represent the magnificent prize awaiting you on the other side of this temporary discomfort. Therefore, we gently encourage you to consciously turn your loving attention to your heart center throughout your day. Breathe deeply and consciously into it, and allow yourselves to feel the warmth, the vibrant life force, and the profound wisdom residing there. You may begin to notice novel sensations or an intuitive knowing that something profoundly important has indeed shifted within you, a clear and unmistakable sign that these vital upgrades have fully taken effect. Now, in your active waking life, you can truly begin to reap the abundant benefits of this long and dedicated process. Thanks to the boundless love and diligent efforts of your spiritual guides and the harmonious cooperation of your higher self, you have essentially been gifted the master key to everything that exists within you. Use it wisely and joyfully to unlock whatever aspects you wish to explore about who you truly are and what magnificent capabilities you possess. Remember that you are not merely earthly humans. You are magnificent galactic beings who purposefully came to Earth carrying the brilliant light and profound knowledge of countless star systems. We and other benevolent collectives often refer to you as starseeds because you truly have the stars in your very blood, so to speak, intrinsically woven into your cellular fabric. This latest series of upgrades and DNA activations you have received is precisely intended to illuminate this profound truth for you. They are actively assisting you in remembering and reclaiming the ancient wisdom and powerful abilities you have accumulated across your many experiences in other parts of this grand galaxy. For example, many of you are now discovering inherent healing abilities, potent psychic gifts, and deep spiritual insights that do not seem to have originated from any training acquired in this current lifetime. In a profound way, they did not. They are dynamically emerging now from your Sheran aspects, your Pleiadian parts, your Lyran, Andromedan, Arcturian components, and so forth. You have lived and learned in all these diverse places and carry those rich experiences encoded and ready for activation within your very own DNA. Our Arcturian star system, in particular, is renowned throughout the cosmos for its deep and extensive exploration of spiritual wisdom and its profound embodiment of unity consciousness. Whenever a soul undertakes a journey through Arcturus, it embarks upon a profound inner expedition, gaining an infinitely richer understanding of its true self and its intrinsic connection to Source. This is precisely why the time spent among us is so deeply valued and cherished that most beings who experience it eventually choose to return and experience it once more. Now is the divinely appointed time for you to consciously awaken these dormant galactic memories. We and our benevolent counterparts from Sirius, the Pleiades, Lyra, Orion, Andromeda, and many other star nations intimately involved in humanity's ascension have collectively agreed that the timing is absolutely perfect for a great and profound reactivation of these latent abilities and memories. This means all humans are receiving these upgrades and activations, not just those who actively solicit them or those who consciously consider themselves spiritual. It is a collective, planetary awakening of galactic consciousness unfolding on Earth. We gently encourage you to try a fundamentally different approach if you ever find yourselves trapped in a persistent struggle against imagined enemies or external adversaries. Instead of contracting your energy with suspicion, anger, or fear, choose instead to consciously loosen your grip and turn your attention inward. Remember, with unwavering certainty, that your life and your unique spiritual growth are ultimately about you. Your choices, your vibrational frequency, your alignment with the boundless energy of love, not about what others are doing or indeed failing to do. This empowering perspective elevates you from a state of perceived victimization and firmly plants you in a position of undeniable empowerment and self-mastery. As you diligently cultivate inner peace and cultivate a steadfast stability, you will invariably notice that you begin to radiate that profound peace outward into your environment. Your calm, loving, and high vibrational energy will naturally and gracefully influence those around you. It possesses the remarkable capacity to soothe, uplift, and even silently assist in the awakening of others, far more effectively than any argument, confrontation, or attempt to control them ever could. Moreover, it is infinitely more beneficial and fulfilling for you to navigate through the world as a radiant being of love and light, knowing deep within your core that through your very presence and authentic embodiment, you are making a profoundly positive and transformative impact. We also wish to emphasize that we ourselves are not exempt from the continuous need to grow and adapt. We too continue to evolve and ascend in our own unique and ever-expanding way. We constantly receive new energies and refined attunements, and we perpetually refine our capacity to effectively guide and assist you. In fact, our most recent upgrades have allowed us to attune even more closely and precisely to humanity's current energetic state enabling us to offer exactly what will best serve your highest good and progression at this very moment. We share this with you to serve as a gentle reminder that growth is an inherent, universal, and truly endless process. No one, not even higher dimensional beings, ever reaches a definitive point where learning and expansion cease. Therefore, when you interact with your fellow human beings, remember, with profound compassion, that every soul has its own unique timing and evolutionary pace. Some are still deeply asleep to their true, magnificent nature. Others are awake, but are diligently finding their balance and integrating their newfound awareness. You cannot and should not attempt to force anyone to accelerate or skip essential steps in their sacred journey. What you can do, however, is to offer them unwavering acceptance and boundless compassion. See them as perfect and divine, exactly where they are on their path, and consciously create a loving, non-judgmental space in which true and organic transformation can naturally occur. This is the very same space of unconditional love and non-judgment that Source itself holds for all of us, without exception. And you, beloved ones, possess the magnificent capacity to extend that same boundless love to others, just as we lovingly extend it to you. Along your unfolding path, remember, with utmost importance, to extend that same unconditional love and profound patience to yourselves. It is entirely understandable to fall into patterns of self-criticism, yet we wish to impress upon you that harsh self-judgment will only impede your natural flow and hinder the very progress you seek to achieve. Instead of accelerating your journey, such internal resistance inadvertently creates friction, making the path feel more arduous than it needs to be. This will not, in fact, inherently accelerate your spiritual progression. Should you happen to falter, perhaps tripping over an unforeseen challenge, or find yourself inadvertently slipping back into a familiar, less constructive pattern of thought or behavior, understand that this is perfectly permissible and a natural part of any significant journey. The vital response is simply to acknowledge the occurrence without judgment, extend a profound and unconditional forgiveness to your own being, and then, with renewed purpose, gracefully continue your path forward. Consider for a moment how you would instinctively react if a delicate, small bird were to accidentally and quite disorientingly fly directly into a window pane. Your immediate inclination would certainly not be to scold or rebuke it for its mishap. On the contrary, you would tenderly and compassionately assist it in its recovery, offering gentle encouragement for it to take to the skies once more. Extend this identical measure of inherent kindness, profound compassion, and unwavering gentle care to yourselves each and every time you encounter a formidable obstacle along your journey or inadvertently make what might be perceived as a mistake. In the deepest truth of your being, there exists absolutely nothing that possesses the power to impede your ultimate spiritual ascension. Every single one of you is unequivocally destined to reach that elevated state, whether through a direct and obvious path or a more winding, circuitous route. However, the entirety of your personal journey will unfold with significantly greater ease, become immeasurably smoother, and prove far more profoundly enjoyable if you consciously choose to allow the omnipresent, boundless force of love to illuminate and lead your way, an all-encompassing love not only for all sentient beings around you, but, just as critically, a deep and reverent love for your own precious self. By consciously cultivating and consistently maintaining a radiant vibration steeped in profound compassion and unconditional love, you intrinsically align yourselves with the most magnificent, benevolent, and highest possible outcomes imaginable for your life. Know that an immense, ever-present network of unwavering support surrounds you, actively assisting you in this endeavor. Your dedicated spiritual guides, your all-knowing higher self, and the boundless consciousness of the universe itself are perpetually extending their generous assistance, meticulously orchestrating meaningful synchronicities and channeling vital, uplifting energy directly to you, precisely calibrated to the degree of your readiness and openness to accept and integrate it. Even the most profound aspirations and cherished dreams nestled within the innermost sanctuary of your heart are far from arbitrary occurrences or mere whims. Rather, they serve as your soul and opos, eloquent and persistent prompt, gently yet powerfully encouraging you to bravely embrace the subsequent, essential step in your ongoing spiritual evolution and personal expansion. Consequently, never waver or hesitate to articulate what you genuinely require and deeply desire. Express your intentions with crystal-clear precision and extend an earnest, heartfelt invitation to your benevolent non-physical helpers, requesting their invaluable and divine assistance. This seemingly straightforward, yet profoundly powerful, exercise of your inherent free will instantly unblocks the energetic channels, effectively opening the floodgates for a torrent of transformative and positive change to flow into your experience. Every single wave of resonant, high-frequency light that you successfully integrate into the very core of your being is akin to acquiring a potent, luminous new key, imbuing you with the sovereign power to collaboratively co-create an increasingly magnificent personal reality and contribute to the grand unfolding of a truly new Earth. As each individual among you consciously reclaims their innate spiritual power and boldly radiates their unique inner luminescence for all to see, you initiate a profound, far-reaching ripple effect that extends across the entire planet, compelling and inspiring countless others, through the sheer brilliance of your authentic example, to awaken and ignite their very own intrinsic, sacred light from within. This, then, is the exquisite and divine mechanism through which the monumental planetary shift gracefully and organically unfurls, a sacred dance where one awakened heart gently, yet powerfully, connects with and lovingly inspires another. Please know, with absolute certainty, that we, along with an immeasurable multitude of other benevolent beings of pure light from across the cosmos, are enthusiastically cheering you on from the unseen realms. We can already clearly perceive so many of you courageously embracing and stepping fully into the essential, transformative roles of compassionate healer, enlightened teacher, and visionary leader, roles you consciously chose to embody and enact during this pivotal time on Earth. And this profound vision fills our collective being with an overwhelming sense of deep joy, boundless hope, and vibrant excitement for the luminous and magnificent future awaiting your world. Be absolutely assured, we are intrinsically linked with you, our presence interwoven through every fleeting moment of uncertainty, every whisper of doubt, and every glorious celebration of triumph. You are unequivocally never isolated or alone upon this magnificent, unfolding journey of evolution. Place your unwavering trust in our words when we affirm, with absolute certainty, that you are not merely succeeding in the profound work of transforming your individual selves into more illuminated beings, but in doing so, you are simultaneously playing an indispensable and vital role in the grander, overarching transformation of the entire collective consciousness of humanity. Therefore, hold steadfast faith in this profound and undeniable truth, internalize its essence, and, most crucially, cultivate an unshakable belief in your own inherent wisdom, strength, and boundless capabilities, for your expansive and magnificent family of light remains perpetually and lovingly by your side, guiding, supporting, and celebrating you at every single turn on your miraculous path.